Hello, everyone. I am Marcus Trevetti alongside Asher Friedman and Carson Aniello. Today we are at College Game Day just outside of Beaver Stadium for some college football talk and some previews. Asher, we'll start with you. Who do you think will win the Big Ten this year?
So hard, Michigan and Ohio State have been good, so good for so long. I really want to go for Penn State. We got 2 5-star running backs, a great 5-star quarterback in Drew Aller. Great receiving core, pretty decent defense, although Joey Porter has left to go to the NFL. I just think Penn State wins it.
What about you, Carson?
I also have to say Penn State. What Asher said, the two 5-star running backs is crazy. The defense is always loaded with talent, and the offensive line's pretty good. And I overall the receivers are pretty good. But the one thing that is gonna be huge is Penn State's quarterback. They have a sophomore, Petrus. He is basically built like a Ben Roethlisberger. He doesn't like to run much, so it's gonna be interesting how he plays this year, but ultimately I think Penn State will take it.
Yeah, well, I think we have some questions from some Michigan fans in the crowd who do not seem happy. You in the Michigan jersey.
Okay, so Penn State, how is Penn State going to be better than Michigan?
I can answer that question. They will not be better than Michigan.
All right.
Michigan is 100% winning the Big Ten. I mean, the schedule plays out. I do think they'll end up dropping the game to Penn State, but I think that's the only game they drop all season. I think J.J. McCarthy's going to have a field day with his wide receiver core this year. Michigan's defense is always star-studded, and Michigan has the best offensive line in the Big Ten by miles.
See, let me say one.
I'm going to have to disagree with that.
Yeah,
Michigan
same.
just lost half of their defense. Pretty much all of them went to the NFL. Now it's just a bunch of backups.
They have a lot of good recruits.
It's recruits. They're not guaranteed talent.
Yeah, they are guaranteed to be
guaranteed.
good
They're
talent.
not guaranteed.
Michigan has a good recruiting class. All right, you in the Walter Payton jersey.
I didn't even.
Do you guys believe Michigan is used to choking?
Yes.
Yes, they are a choking team because last
Jim
year
Harbaugh.
they made it 2 and they lost to TCU, a team
They
that
did win the Big Ten, though.
they did win
Yes.
the Big Ten, but you can't lose if you beat Ohio State. You beat. I said Ohio State. My bad. If you beat a team like Ohio State, who was a very good team, and then you go on in a favored matchup to lose to 3rd seed TCU.
Yeah.
And I just got to admit, Penn State, they always have a stingy defense every single year. You could know nobody on that defense. They'll always have a stingy defense.
All right, that's fair enough, but I think the Big Ten's going to be decided once Michigan and Ohio State play each other.
You in the
Now,
Cubs jersey?
you in the Cubs jersey.
This sounds like the Penn State fan network. I'm tired of the disrespect on Luke Fickell and Braylon Allen's Wisconsin.
No.
I actually think that Wisconsin could shock some people.
Yes.
I really like Wisconsin. I overall just like their program. I think that they're a very disciplined team. I think Wisconsin could make some noise this year.
Great O-line, great defense.
Great O-line, great
Well,
defense.
I'm just not sure about the offense.
I can see. I think, yeah, agreed. Wisconsin always has a good offensive line, always a good defense. I think Wisconsin will meet Michigan in the Big Ten championship, but I think they will fall to Michigan.
You in the fire
Yeah,
jersey.
you in the Fire jersey.
Hi guys, big fan of the show. And UCLA and USC are going to be joining the Big Ten sometime in the next year or two. How do you think that that's going to shake up the Big Ten for future
Can I
years?
start?
Yeah, it'll be next year. Carson.
I personally we all know what the path of the NCAA is doing. They're going to make 2 big super conferences in the SEC and the
100%.
Big Ten.
Yep.
And we all know that. And this is a start. I like the addition of USC. I overall like USC as
Yeah.
a school. But UCLA, you always know them for that huge
Basketball.
You always know them for basketball, and they're just going to absolutely dominate the Big Ten in basketball. Football, it's going to be fun to see USC versus UCLA. It's going to be fun to get to
Agreed.
see USC versus
100%.
Penn State, UCLA
Yeah,
versus Michigan.
that
It's
agreed.
gonna be fun.
All right.
I see UCLA as a Northwestern type of team
Yeah.
if they're in the Big
Yeah.
Ten. Also, away games in California. Would be
All right,
really
I
cool.
think we have time for one more question. You in the orange soccer jersey.
I know that you guys are predicting Michigan as a team that will be big, but you guys are also saying about how its defense has lost a bunch of players in the NFL. how are you still sticking with Michigan? And how big do you think its offense is going to play? a
Well,
role?
I can answer that because only 2 people said Penn State. I said Michigan. So I was the one person that said Michigan. Well, it's pretty simple. J.J. McCarthy has his work cut out for him, and it's pretty easy, okay? It's that simple. I think the only game Michigan drops all season besides in the CFP is against Penn State because that is a whiteout game in Beaver Stadium, and there's no shot Michigan is winning that game. I mean, I think Penn State should honestly be the favorite, even though I have Michigan as a powerhouse. And I mean, Michigan's running back room is good, and like I said, the best offensive line arguably in the nation, but for sure in the Big Ten. And like I said, the defense has a lot of good recruits, and Jim Harbaugh doesn't fail with his team.
Don't get me wrong, Michigan is a great team. I got to admit they're a great team, but I just think that overall they won't be able to get by Penn State, and that's gonna wrap it up. We'll see you at the end of the game. See ya.
See ya. I'm Marcus Reddy with Asher Friedman and Carson Danielle. See you soon.